Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Jamie. I'm a 33-year-old zero-based cashless budgeter and stuffer, and we're here today to do my cash on stuffing for the final week of December. And I spent a lot of money. I did a lot of transactions. I'm on to the second page, which I have not been in quite a long time. But yeah, this will be probably a longer video. So grab a drink, grab a snack, grab your budget workbook or notebook or whatever you have, and let's get started with my variable expenses. See what damage we did in here. So buffer does not get anything taken out, never does. Crochet by Jamie, we have two transactions that we're pooling. So we have one for $11. At Amazon, I bought some double pointed needles. I bought a set of like 75, so like 15 different sizes of double pointed needles for $11, which is insane. Like normally a single pair or a single set is like $12. So I'm not expecting them to be made well. Don't think that they'll last forever, but as long as they work, like I got a great deal. Also spent $176 at Knitting for Olive, which if you are a knitter or crocheter, you have heard of. I bought yarn to make a t-shirt and a sweater that I'm very excited to make. They just shipped, so they should be here hopefully by the time this video posts. Probably not, because they're coming from Denmark, so it's going to be a minute before they get here. But that means that we are pulling out a total of $187 from Crochet by Jamie. So we have 150, 70. Let me break a 20 into a 10 and two fives. So 1 and 2. Okay, so we've pulled 170 so far. So 170, 180, 185, 187. And that leaves us with $10, $15, $16 in Crochet by Jamie. Which is better than nothing, right? And I paid for it all out of cash. I didn't have to use my credit cards, which is the goal. So yeah, it's not the end of the world to have spent the money that I saved and budgeted for. Okay. Up next we have gross is what I was gonna say, I think. We have gas. I filled up my tank twice. I think it was just twice. Oh no. I have another $10 that I need to pool from Crochet by Jamie. Uh-oh. Another $10 out of Crochet by Jamie. So we have $6 left in Crochet by Jamie, actually. But still didn't have to go into debt. Still didn't have to use my credit card. Still had enough money to cover all of that. Oops. It was about a pattern. And then turns out I didn't like the pattern, but you can't return patterns once you buy them. So it is what it is. All right, anyway, gas. I spent $54 to fill up my tank twice. So really, I don't have enough change here either. Let's see, okay. So 50. If I put down how do I do this? I think I have to break a bill. All right, let's break a 10 into a 5, 2 2s. That's a lot of 2s. Just 2, please. And a 1. So we put down the 50 already, and then we need 4. So 2 and 4. And that leaves us with 50, 70, 85, 86, 87, $88 in gas for the week, which is enough for like almost 3 tanks of gas, with the winter gas prices being pretty cheap. It's like the lowest in my area right now is $3.07 a gallon, which is pretty cheap for the area. I know that there are some places in the South where it is even cheaper, but that's not where I live. Nope. All right. Up next, we have groceries. So I went shopping twice at Giant Eagle because I went shopping at 3 in the morning, and the only place that's open at 3 in the morning is Giant Eagle, which means I had to spend more money than I wanted to. But I spent $29 on breakfast supplies and then $10 on snacks for a total of $39. Are you kidding me? You know what? I'm just going to break one of these twos into 2 ones. And that way I at least have like some change in the drawer or in the tray. So I don't have to keep breaking these bills. I can just pull from here instead. So what I said $39. So we'll do 20, 30, 40, and take back 1 for 39. So we have $20, $35, $36 left in groceries. Okay. Let me check what that last transaction is. This guy's spending. All right. So groceries and groceries. We're slowly getting through it. Prescriptions, I did not pick up yet, so we did not have to pull from there. Spending, I spent $35 on a new Geek Bar, and I spent $6 on the vending machine, so it's a total of $41 that we need to pull. And this should be $41 here. So 20, 35, 37, 39, 40, $41. And my spending envelope is now empty. But at least I didn't have to go into debt for a Geek Bar and an energy drink. And some Powerade because it was at Amazon and I was sweating. So I needed caffeine and I needed electrolytes. So that's what I bought with $6 in the vending machine. This envelope is this binder is so sad and skinny now. It was plump. Not plump, but like, it had money in it until just now. Okay. So, let's move into my high priority binder. So we're going to start off with car costs. I got my inspection done. And my inspection is free, but my emissions is not. And if you drive more than, like, I think it's 2,000 miles in Pennsylvania, you have to get your emissions done. And I drive far more than that. So I spent $43 on my emissions. But nothing was wrong with my car, so I passed inspection. They did just say that the next time I get my oil changed, I will need to get my filters replaced as well. So my next oil change will be a little bit more expensive, but that's okay. We're already off to a good start with saving up for that. But we're pulling $43 out of this envelope. So 20, 40, 42, and 43, and we should have $85 left. So we have 50, 70, 80, and $5 left in car costs. All right. Bam. Okay. Next, we're going to go to debt payoff, which is conveniently the next envelope. I spent $100 on my Amex card and $400 on my Old Navy card. So I spent all $500 that we have saved up. So we have 1, 2, 3, 20, 50, 4, 20, 40, 60, 80, $500. And that means that this is empty, which means I need to erase this tracker. I'm going to put it off to the side so that I remember. Otherwise, I won't. I know myself. Oh. And then that should be it for my high priority binder. Yes. Oh, this is so sad now too. Good thing I didn't condense in between my cash stuffing and my unstuffing, because that would have been even more brutal. Okay, so we are pulling some money out of my low priority binder. So electronics, we were pulling out $6 from Amazon. What did I buy? Oh, I bought a little, I bought a case for my AirPods because I got new AirPods. And I bought this before I got my AirPods, but I knew that my parents were getting them for me, so I bought them ahead of time, or bought the case ahead of time. So we're pulling out $6. So 5 and 6. And we're not going to count what's left. Hello. We'll do that at the next cash condensing. So that was my electronics transaction. And then my last set of transactions all come from fitness. So I spent $21 on a set of compression socks, and then I spent $19 at a race my friend and I walked. We didn't even run. We didn't run for a second. Other than near the finish line, we passed a bar that was open at 11 o'clock in the morning, and we're like, imagine if we just stopped and got really drunk and then crossed the finish line drunk as hell, and then we ran like we were drunk for like literally 5 steps. And that was all the running that we did on our Christmas Eve race. But I paid $9 for parking and $10 for like a protein bar and energy drink before the race. So I spent a total of $40 out of fitness this week. And let me just take the small bills. So 10, 20, 30, 35, and $40 out of fitness. All right. So that is everything for the week that I have spent. Quite a bit. Quickly, in the comments, guess how much money is in my cash tray. Don't add it up yourself. Before I do the math, let me know how much money you think that I spent, knowing that I spent $500 paying off debt. So it's not all bad. It's not all bad spending. But let's find out what the damage is. $920. Oh, mama. $920. All right. Let's see if we have $920 in this cash tray. This is a decent stack of bills. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 400, 51, 50, 200, 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, 80, 200, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Oh, I'm in the wrong area. And then this should be $5. 1, 2, 3, 4, $5. Perfect. So we did pull $920 from my cash envelopes this week, which is insane. But it includes a $400 credit card payment. So it's really only $420, $420 that we spent this week. So the next thing that we need to do is my roundup challenge. So let's go ahead and add up all of my change from my transactions this week, see how much money we get to put into my roundup challenge this week. It should be a pretty nice amount because I got a big girl paycheck. I did an awful lot of spending, and I also got an Atlas Earth payout. Oops. $72.15 we are adding to the challenge this week. So, jeez. All right. Plus 72.15, and we had 251.91, which means we have 324.06. So let me first color, and then we'll let that dry while we add the bills and count. So we need to have 320. We have 250, so we get to color in 7 circles this week. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then as far as the money, we need to add $73. So 50, 70. Oop, that's not where that goes. That's not where that goes. $70. And then we put down put in a 5 and take back 2 ones for 73, just so this is a little bit easier to count. So we should have 324 here. So we have 1, 50, 2, 50, 70, 90, 3, 5, 10, 15, 20, 22, 24, 324, perfect. Perfect. So, you know, in the end of it, we did add some good money to my roundup challenge. We paid off a good amount of my debt this week. And hopefully this was an entertaining video. But that is going to be it for this video. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I really, really do appreciate it. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. Let me know how your New Year's went and what your big goals for the year are if you are the kind of person who sets goals or resolutions. Let me know down in the comments what your goals or resolutions are for this year. And I will see you tomorrow for Savings Challenge Saturday.